What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So Nvidia shot up today like crazy, up over 9% on the day after they crushed earnings. Their guidance was strong. You guys saw that by now, right? But that wasn't enough to keep the stock market in the green, at least at close. I mean, earlier in the day, we hit all-time highs on SPY, on Triple Q. It was looking really nice, but, well, it didn't last. You guys can see here on the intraday chart, Triple Q hit 461 in the morning, and we fell all the way to 451 before the markets closed. We're talking about a 2.1% drop, and SPY also hit an all-time high this morning, right around 534, and we got down to $524 right before close, which was also almost a 2% drop. So we're going to break down the charts here, what's going on. We're going to cover some stocks as well. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and check out my Patreon if you guys want to see me build out my portfolio, be a part of the Discord chat, and get exclusive content and updates throughout the week. All of that's on Patreon down below. The QR code's right here, or go to StasSurfS.com/Patreon, guys. You're not going to regret it. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into it. So again, we sold off for the majority of the day, well, I guess all day, after hitting all-time highs in the pre-market, which you guys can see again. SPY hit 534. And we had Triple Q hit about, where was it? 461, right? 462, right in that ballpark. So we got destroyed all day, and literally the only green stock on my watch list was Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA, which does it even need an introduction? It doesn't. They crushed earnings. They beat EPS, revenue, guidance crushed, net income crushed, data center revenue crushed, everything across the board. I mean, you guys know, you saw my video earlier today. Some of you did at least. I don't know, depending on if you saw it or not. But that shot the markets up, and again, it was short-lived. So we're going to break down what's going on here. And by the way, guys, the charts obviously still look really good, and I feel like the markets were looking for an excuse to sell off. I mean, we're still well above the 180 SMA on Triple Q. We're above the 50 moving average on Triple Q as well here on the 4-hour chart. And on SPY, if I pull it up, you guys can see the same thing, right? Slightly above. Well, actually, we're slightly below the 50 moving average, but still pretty much right around it and well above the 180 moving average. So SPY looks good on the 4-hour. Obviously, the Dow does as well. Triple Q does. Even the Russell, which is not close to all-time highs, this still looks pretty good and potentially poised for a breakout. You guys can see here we do have an ascending triangle potentially about to play out. I mean, if it does break above 2150, it will play out, but that's a big if. Time will tell. But as of now, guys, that's what I'm seeing on the Russell. Dow Jones also looks pretty bullish, right? We're above the moving averages still, or at least here above the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. So even though we had a red day, it's not the end of the world. So I was doing some reading, and we got news that China is holding military drills around Taiwan, which could be a reason why the stock market sold off a little bit today. Some geopolitical tensions here. So you guys can see if I come down a little bit, and we're not going to get too deep into this, but it looks like China has started 2 days of military exercises around Taiwan, with its military calling them, quote, strong punishment, end quote, for the self-ruled island's separatist acts, which, again, we're not going to get deep into the geopolitical issues, but of course China has been wanting to take over Taiwan or whatever for quite some time now. And the drills come 3 days after the inauguration of President William Lai, whatever, who called on China to stop threatening the island and accept the existence of its democracy, which obviously China can't do that, which is why I've just completely given up on, well, that's not the reason why, but in general, I've completely given up on investing in China. Forget about it. I mean, I tried buying Alibaba. I did buy it. I held it for a couple of years thinking it's going to turn around. It's probably not anytime soon. Investing in a CCP ran company You don't even own the actual company. It's a waste of time. I mean, in my opinion, just buy a U.S. stock or a stock that you actually have ownership in another country, right? Why waste time with these Chinese stocks? Either way, that's my newfound opinion that I've come up with over the past year and a half. And a lot of people were like, Stas, what are you doing? When I first started buying Alibaba about 3-4 years ago. And well, I learned my lesson, guys, and I've come to the other side. Either way, we can see here China sees Taiwan as a breakaway province that will eventually be under Beijing's control, but the island sees itself as distinct, right? And Taiwan's defense ministry condemned the Chinese drills as irrational provocations, and Taipei dispatched naval, air, and ground forces to defend the island's sovereignty, its defense ministry said. And of course, if China wanted to just take over Taiwan, they obviously have the manpower to do that. I'm not a military expert, obviously, but just by the sheer size of China compared to Taiwan, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? And Thursday's drills, for the first time, simulated a full-scale attack, Taiwanese military experts said, rather than an economic blockade. And the exercises took place all around the main island, and for the first time also targeted the Taipei-controlled islands of Kinmen, Matsu, Wukyu, and Dongyin. I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm trying my best. And those islands lie close to the Chinese coast, according to maps released by China's People's Liberation Army, which, conspiracy theory, who knows if those maps are fully accurate. I mean, they probably are. I don't know. But who knows, right? The drills are also included, also included a component of the east of Taiwan, the island's rugged east coast on the other side of a mountain range, which has been its military redoubt. So, yeah, that's pretty much it here, guys, and this shows you areas of Chinese military drills, area covered in August 2022 drills in red. You guys can see an area covered in May 2024 drills are in green. You guys can see that. So just look at how small Taiwan is versus obviously China. So if they wanted to take over, obviously they could, but there'd be a lot of backlash, this, that, which again, we're not going to get into that in this video. And quite frankly, I'm not a geopolitical expert. I'm not going to pretend to be either, like some YouTubers that have no business talking about it on the platform, which we're not going to name names here. There's a lot of people that flip-flop genres. They're this, they're that one day, this, that, you know. But yeah, that's kind of what's spooking the markets a little bit, or at least part of it. I mean, let's be honest, that's got to be it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's a quick breakdown there on that and the indexes here in the U.S., which all, again, went red after some of them hit all-time highs in the morning. And it's just one of those days, guys. It's just one of those days. And it looks like a lot of the meme stocks are getting dumped heading into the longer weekend. Obviously, we have trading tomorrow, but Monday is Memorial Day. Not sure if you guys have noticed, but it seems like volumes have slowly been dying down the last couple of days. People might be gearing up for, the long weekend. They're not paying attention much to the markets. And to be honest, I don't blame people dumping out of these meme stocks. They're risky to hold over the weekend, but we'll see what happens on Tuesday, guys. I'm actually curious what GME is going to do. GameStop now is back to $18 a share. And if it gets close to $10, man, $10, $12, $15, I might consider picking some shares up as a, speculative play. Probably not, though. We'll see. I'm just, it's just a thought in my mind. AMC also got hit today, down about 10%. So it's safe to say a lot of these, people are running for the hills heading into the weekend. And I think Intuit reported earnings today. So let me quickly look at those. My goodness, guys, this stock is collapsing right now. Let's see here. We're down to about $612. We're down 7.5% after the bell. Looks like Intuit reported 988 EPS versus the 937 expected. So that beat looks like they beat on sales as well. 6.73 versus 6.64 billion. Revenue, Intuit guys for full year EPS of 1679 to 1684 on revenue of 16.16 billion to 16.2 billion dollars. So those are actually, yeah, those are both above estimates. So not too bad, but I guess earnings guidance might have not been good enough to push this thing even higher, considering it was up around, let's see, 50%, 45, 50% heading into earnings, guys, from around a couple months ago. Yeah, year to date, we're up around 40, 50% on the stock. So I guess earnings were not good enough to push it higher, as the stock was actually at all-time highs, pretty much all-time highs heading into earnings. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Patreon if you guys want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio, be a part of the Discord, and get more access to me throughout the week, throughout the day. That's down below. Check out the QR code right here, or just simply go to StasserFest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.